have taught me to say, it is well with my soul. When pressures of life comes.
Welcome back to the greatest show live from the heart of London. Once again, the voice of London television. And I'm here with my learned colleague who had just come back from Ghana and the person of Nana Asibe, Nana Akwaba. And welcome to the biggest show.
Thank you.
Great stuff. Yes. Also, we'll be dribbling our way through some of the international headlines today. We'll also be looking at some of the pressing and, of course, news items coming from the motherland. That is the Pan-African angle. We'll be actually taking the items from the Voice of London TV news desk. Let me remind our fervent listeners, you've been great. You've been with us, to like, subscribe, and share. And also don't forget to comment. I'll be reading some few comments as well. And it's going to be a fantastic stuff. We'll be speaking to our learned colleagues from back home as well. We have some of our special guests joining us from Jamaica, Belgium, other parts of the world, of course, and then the United Kingdom itself. Great stuff. And so let me go also to welcome one of our special guests who has already joined us in the person of Eugene Kisiedu. Eugene, how are you? Have I lost Eugene yet? Okay, I think I lost him. As soon as Eugene rejoins, I'll just make sure I give him one of the best, welcomes ever. I think Eugene is back. Eugene, are you back?
Yes,
all right, once we link him up, sometimes the networks are very poor back in Africa, but never mind. Ibrahim Traore absolutely is going to resolve most of Africa's problem as that man, young man. Yes, Eugene, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
Yeah, we're great. Great. And good to see that you're always early bird catches the worm and you never miss. You don't joke with your time. That's very nice indeed. And I'm sure one day when you travel abroad, you'll be the best for the system abroad because we don't play with time.
Thank you, Osagyefo.
Yes, in the diaspora, we don't joke with the time at all. So great.
Time
great
is everything.
Go on.
Time is everything. So every man that pays attention to their time are closer to success.
Absolutely. And it's good to see that one of our very own is a time-conscious person, and great to see. All right, so welcome, Eugene, and we're so grateful that you're always there to serve, our audiences, and of course, especially those of us in the diaspora. We really, really appreciate you.
Thank you, Osagyefo. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys too.
Great stuff. All right, so before we look at some of the pressing issues, let me quickly say that if you are visiting Africa, exclusively, let's say Ghana, we have that is the Benson Lodge. Benson Lodge is a facility. It's a hostel that has got flats and apartments, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and very, very affordable. Very, very affordable. Okay, so anybody traveling to that part of the world, you can call Lady Dorcas on 0204 597 7376. You need to use that country code, which will be 00233 245 977 376, or call Junior Adaya on 0233 548 312-348. Or you can call Morris on 0023 3576 826 331. As I always say, most times on our channels and platforms, it's a very, very educative, very informative programs from the educational background, and then it's very enlightening as well. So make sure sometimes you have your pens and papers to be making notes as we move forward to make the world a better place, and also as we move along to actually also change the global world into a multipolar world instead of the unipolar world. And of course, that's how we like to also contribute our constructive contribution to the way the world is shifting. So don't forget, once again, the Benson Lodge Apartments. Another interesting, the Benson Lodge Flats and Apartment is also selling. It's selling at approximately $60,000. So if you are interested and you're looking to buy a 2-bedroom flat, Benson Lodge facility. That young boy was able to attend school back in Ghana. Fortunately, he was able to end up in Germany, becoming a medical doctor, and then currently practicing in the United Kingdom. So the film Legacy Africa is all about that medical doctor making it through in life and wants to share his experiences. We'll be screening this film at the Tottenham Benny Grant Center at the end of July, first week in August. So make sure you keep listening to this wonderful program. We'll be updating you on that. Yes, great. So we've got Legacy Africa, and then we've also got the Great Apartments in Ghana selling. Who I also like to say that the management team, the great songstress that is with the debut album Evelyn Hearts, that launched her album last week, Easter Saturday. She actually wants to thank everybody that attended. Let me go and then welcome our learned lady who has just joined us. Yes, Lady Genevieve, First Lady Genevieve, how are you? I can see you alive.
Hello.
Yes, First Lady, how are you?
Very well. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you very loud and clear.
Right. I'm very well. And you?
Yes, we welcome you to the show. And the producers are saying, would you be okay to call the live studio number that they sent to you?
You mean the link?
Not the link, the live studio. You can use the link or call the live studio number.
But I'm on WhatsApp. I can't call you directly.
Okay. No, but that's a WhatsApp number.
How can I call?
That's also a WhatsApp number, but that's fine. You can stay on. Now that you are on, you can stay on. That's no problem. Yeah.
I don't know. I think you could give me the number. I could do that. But what's wrong with the live the StreamYard?
Come again.
Do you want me to go through the StreamYard link, or you want me to call you?
Yeah, if you go through the StreamYard link, will be fine because I think our engineers will be very much happier.
Well, I did that, so I'll do that again. I was waiting on
Yes,
the background.
we sincerely apologize. So do that now. Yeah, I think it's ready to put you through. Thank you so much.
Should I end this call then? Should I end this call?
Yes, please. Thank you so much. That was First Lady Genevieve calling, and it's great that they are all ready for us to, so I've got a second guest, and Hello. I've got a third one. Interesting show. Hey, this show is going to be just fantastic. Great stuff. Yes. Okay, hello. First lady. Can you hear me? First lady, I can see you. How are you? Can you hear me? I'm giving you a little wave. You can see my little wave? Okay, I don't know if it's First Lady's link that is giving us a problem. Then probably she might have to call the WhatsApp number, which she is being sent to already. I can see a second person there as well. Who is on there, please? Can you hear me? I know I've got Eugene already. Who is also there with Eugene?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, this is Dr. JB Manson.
Oh, Doc. How are you?
Well, thank you, sir. Well, thank you.
I see you looking very calm and collected. How was your day?
My day was just fine. Today, I just have one procedure, embryo transfer. So I want to transfer the embryo, and I'm back home, relaxing, waiting to join your program and make my contribution to the world.
Wow, that's powerful. We thank you so much. And we, those of us in the diaspora, appreciate your time and all that you do for people like us, the millions of the Pan-African family members that are abroad in the diaspora. All your contributions and of course ideals and opinions, views that you bring to us, we really, really do cherish it, and we so much appreciate it, Doc.
Come here.
Yes. So let's not waste time at all. I'm going to just dribble around a couple of the global news briefly, and then we go straight and look at the Pan-African issues that are causing waves across Africa, and then the motherland Ghana as well. And so we have Nana Sibe in the studio. To those of you, Nana Sibe was in Ghana. He only just arrived a couple of days ago. So Nana Sibe, once again, welcome to the show.
Welcome to you.
Yes. So I'm sure Genevieve, Eugene, Dr. JB, and all the rest. Yes. It's unfortunate you guys couldn't meet Nana Sibe for him to take you to some nice live band in Ghana.
Very, very true.
Yes. All right. First lady, can you hear me? First lady, can you hear me? I can see First lady on the screen, but
Genevieve. Hello, Genevieve. Hello, Genevieve. Hello, Genevieve. I can see you, Jenny.
Okay, so at least we can see Genevieve as the show continues unabated. All right, so once again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Make sure other family members, friends, everybody gets to hear this particular show because it is very, very informative, educative, and very, very enlightened. And so that is what we do here. Okay, so let's take the foreign topic quickly. Yes, I think I'm getting it. Okay, so as we resolve let me take the story of Ibrahim Traore. So we have Ibrahim Traore. Okay, I've got a signal from my producers to say I should hold on a bit, and let's see if we can resolve that quickly.
Yeah.
Not Genevieve.
Okay, so Genevieve, can you hear us? It seems Genevieve is still not.
All right, well, when we put up this man, listen, I will not. You see? It's because
Okay, so lower your volume a bit. JB, lower the volume a bit.
Not Genevieve, the doctor. Tell him to log off and log on back. Yeah,
Yes.
Log off.
Okay, Genevieve, we are hearing you, but I rather see your picture, but we are not hearing you. So just stay on the phone. Let's.
Yeah, I can see all of you, but I can't hear anything.
Okay.
All. Nothing. So
all right, no problem.
Would you rather I spoke by WhatsApp? I'm quite happy to speak.
Yeah.
I can stay on for a bit.
Yeah. I think just stay on WhatsApp.
So I want to apologize to initially. I can't stay long because I'm visiting someone, so I can't stay long on the call.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I can join in for now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. So quickly, let's take the issue of the latest incident that is coming from that part of the world, the United States of America, and also Ibrahim Traore, where we understand the hierarchy of the military led by the black man is causing waves on the social media. And Ibrahim Traore has got so much enormous support from the general public. I think it's not just black people, African people, but you could see left, right, north, south, white, yellow, green, everybody supporting Ibrahim Traore. That's an interesting one. Nana Sibi, why they want to take off Nana Ibrahim Traore?
Yeah, it's I think these things do normally happens. It happened in Ghana, not Ghana alone. West Africa, all the countries in West Africa has happened. And then when you go to the east, the same thing has been happening. When you go to the north, is the northern wave. When the started from Tunisia, Egypt, Algeria, I think all the Libya and all the African countries have such coups led by the military. But now things are changing.
So would you say those issues pertaining the African having like it's just to do with the African leaders, nothing to do with let's say the West interfering with African affairs? That's why I brought Ibrahim Traore in, because the military in the US is saying that Ibrahim Traore is rather using the wealth, the gold, the resources of Burkina Faso for its own self in terms of security, and the people of Burkina Faso are rather struggling. And the global world have taken on this issue seriously, and even attacking the General Langley, who is actually spoke during a Senate briefing. Your take on that?
Yeah, you see, all the coups that has happened in Africa, it starts well. Now, I can remember what Jerry Lawrence did in Ghana. Everybody loved Jerry Lawrence because he thought he was a junior Jesus. Everything started well. But you see, people who are with him normally change the affairs of the coup leader. This is not the first time Burkina Faso has experienced this. During Captain Sankara, everybody thought Sankara was good. Then all of a sudden, there was a coup. Then Tuari came in, that first Tuari. He came in and they changed the whole system, and he became the president. And he was overthrown. And now this young man is there trying to do something good. People are saying he's doing well. But others are saying, as you said, others are saying he's trying to build walls around him that no one can maybe overthrow him. That's what the Western world are saying right now.
Okay, let's go to Genevieve and take a cue from Genevieve as well.
Okay.
Genevieve, on the issue of Ibrahim Traore and the U.S. general sounding an attempt of making a statement during the briefing at the U.S. Senate, saying that Ibrahim Traore, rather using the money for himself in terms of security, sort of, looking after the people of Burkina Faso. Do you have any take on this from the international angle on Voice of London Television?
Well, you know, I'm a direct person. You know me already. Don't mind them. So what did they do when they colonized Africa and all the things that they stole to develop their country? This is one scenario. Secondly, if we have an African person that is using the resources of Africa to develop his country, and everyone I can see will follow suit, because at least we've got a young leader that is doing something for Africa. These white people do not like it. We're not having it anymore. Obviously, like Nana said, even in Nkrumah, what did they do to him? CIA and all of those people were involved. And all the African leaders that come in to try and do something for Africa, you have these Caucasians, Europeans, Westerners go in there and assassinate them. But we're in a dispensation. This is the time for Africa to rise up. Not in necessary in fighting, but to stand confidently, firmly, and believe in ourselves. So I'm not telling the story, but the one thing Trump has done is stopping the aids to Africa, because the aids do not go to the people anyway. It goes to those wicked, corrupted leaders. What we need to do is, those that are spiritual, pray for him to make sure that he's not assassinated and protected. Sorry, my voice is gone a bit. I hope you can hear me. And the other part is we need to support him worldwide. Support this guy, because when he succeeds, the rest of Africa will succeed. America needs to back off and mind their own business for a change. France obviously has been exploiting the Francophones for God knows how long, and the Westerners are still exploiting Africa. We need to stand up. For example, if he is trying to make wealth for himself, let us deal with it. Let the Africans deal with it. It's none of their business. They need to back off.
All right.
So as far as I'm concerned, this person is doing,
Okay, Dr. JB, can you hear me? Or is it Eugene? JB? Is it Eugene or JB?
No,
JB,
it's me, Dr. JB. I can hear you. Yes, please, Dr. JB.
Yeah, Doc. So what do you make out of this?
I can hear you.
Yeah, a couple of days ago, the big trending news is to do with Ibrahim Traore and the U.S. General Langley. What's your view on that?
Okay. The video of general statement was very sad. Whenever it refers to attack an African leader, they first of all try to use the media to demonize him. So when I realized that whenever Europeans, the Western media or the Western media, European media begin to attack an African leader,
Doctor, lower your volume small for me.
It implies that African leader.
Doctor,
can you hear me?
Yeah, but lower your volume.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. My engineers are saying. Yeah, my engineers are saying log out and log in and lower your volume a bit. We are getting the feedback, so we are waiting for you. Log out and log in.
It's okay now. Okay.
Okay, go on. Let's see if it works out. Go on. Can you hear me, Doc? Doctor.
One is.
Okay, I think. Yeah, that's him. It's logged. He logged out and then it's logged in now. Yeah. Yeah, Doc, you can try now.
Okay. Is the voice okay? Can you hear me now?
We can hear you very clear, but I don't know if your volume is a bit too high. If you can lower it a bit.
Okay. I've lowered the volume on my
Yeah,
phone.
okay, that's good. Okay, Doc, let's go. I've got. Is it Eugene? Eugene, are you
Yes,
back?
yes, Osagyefo, I'm back. The
Okay,
network was
okay.
messing up a bit.
All right. So, Dr. JB, go ahead.
Okay. As I said, there's always a saying that if you want to hang a dog, you give the dog a bad name. Whenever the Western media or the Western imperialist government want to attack an African leader, they first of all use the media to demonize the African leader. And that's what exactly they began doing against Tuareg by telling the whole world that he's actually stealing the gold and using the gold to enrich themselves. That gold doesn't belong to US. It doesn't belong to France. They have no business interfering with the activities of quote Burkina Faso, what they do with their gold. They have no business with that. Growing up as a child, you were told that Gaddafi was a murderer, a bad man. That these are all negative narratives deliberately created by the Western imperialist government to have their way to overthrow the African government so that they can exploit the resources in keep us poor. The US government have realized that Burkina present better
No, change.
and they want to
Okay.
stop so that they can exploit the resources of Burkina Faso for themselves. And the people of Africa must come together.
Okay,
If I
I think
conclude, the youth of Africa, can you hear me?
It's breaking up.
you are
Hello?
breaking up. Yeah, Doc, you are breaking up a lot.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. The youth of Africa must know and understand that the problems of Africa are not necessarily due to bad leaders in Africa, but their ingenuity of France. That is where the poverty in Africa stands from. And the enemies you're supposed to be fighting are not enemies in Africa, but the enemies of the West. And all African youth must stand up and stand of Burkina Faso to fight the Western imperialism to prove that the bully, that is France and US, can be defeated.
All right. So that's Dr. JB's point. Let's go to quickly to Eugene. Quickly, what do you make out
Okay,
of Burkina Faso and the U.S. General's comments, general language?
okay, okay, Uncle. So to have those superpowers like that of the Americas and that of France to come out and interfere in the issues and the affairs that is concerning their government, that means they are doing something right. Either they are not having direct control, or the essence of neo-colonialism, the era that we are in now, does not affect or does not immediately have an impact on them. So therefore, they are trying to portray them or portray him, Ibrahim Tuareg, as a bad person, like they did, referencing to um, Gaddafi, among
Okay.
others.
Yes. All right. I see that. Do you also think that uh, the advent of the social media has also this time enhanced, in terms of information and knowledge and easy access to information, has also brought out a lot of people contributing to this particular news and exposing and enlightening a lot of people aside the disadvantages, a bit of the disadvantage side of the social media. Your view on
Precisely, precisely, uncle. Like what doctor was saying, people should understand that we Africa have gone through colonial and neo-colonial period, and the internet out of revolution is a powerful neo-colonial tool. So therefore, they don't need to come to your house, but they use a medium, which is the internet, to reach out to you. So like Doc was saying, we have to understand, or we have to wake up to a certain level of consciousness, because on social media you see a lot of ignorance, excuse my language. People follow blindly without asking questions, and whatever it is. So therefore, they do not even understand what is going on, but they just come out to generalize things and make it look as if it's a particular way, which is not. So yes, the social media platform has helped them to send their messages negatively to the world, particularly about this issue we are discussing.
Okay. Now we heard Ibrahim Traore has built just last week completed 20,000 housing facilities for social housing and distributing it to the ordinary person of Bekinabe and handing the keys to them, well furnished with furniture, water closets and everything. I mean, let me go to Genevieve. Genevieve, isn't it fantastic to see such a young man, 34, 35 years, making a difference, solving the housing solution in Bekinabe, 20,000 housing facility and giving it to ordinary people? Your view?
Well, I must admit, I haven't caught up on that, so I'm just reading the current news. But if what you're saying is correct and you have evidence that he's doing that, and from what I can see of the young man, do you know what? I don't think it's so much an age thing, but it's great that the fact that he's young and is thinking about Africa and he's doing that, that's great. But you can also be older and still have a love for Africa. But it seems that this young man is really put to shame lots of the African leaders, starting from Ghana and Nigeria and across the rest of the African continent. If that's what he's really doing, and that is what governance is about. You're brought in to serve the people, to develop your country. In fact, if I'm a leader, that's what we should be doing. We should be competing. The Westerners, their countries are developed. Do you know why? They want the best for their people, as well as competing with other countries to do the best. And I don't understand why African leaders do not have the same passion. Are they not ashamed that I'm in Ghana right now? Come and see some of the roads. I'm not going to be political here, but let's see what this new government is about to do. But I've just come back from Kumasi, and if you are then the roads, it's just terrible. Even in crime, even at the capital. Why would you not want to develop your country and make it look beautiful? If that's what the captain is doing, a soldier, a young man that's coming to do that, we need to support him. And all the accusations that America is trying to do, even if he is stealing gold for himself, we will deal with it ourselves. Now the damn business.
All right.
We just need to we just need to support him.
Yes, thank you. Let's go to Nana Sibe. Genevieve just mentioned the roads in Ghana, Accra to Kumasi. She just come back. Nana Sibe just returned a couple of days ago. Why over whatever years, closer to 100 years since independence, we are facing this? And Accra to Kumasi, which is supposed to be a major hub, is so terrible.
Yeah. When I left Accra to Kumasi, I had an accident on the bad road.
Wow.
Again,
I'm talking about Kumasi.
Accra, Kumasi. The accident happened around in Sawam. That's
exactly. That's what came from yesterday.
stretch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now that's correct.
Yeah,
yes.
That's stretch. It happened there.
Yes.
And when I was coming again, returning from Accra to Kumasi to Accra, I again had an accident at the same bad road. So now my car is in fitting the mechanics. And I'm spending a lot.
So we could have been mourning. This is serious. We have to give glory to God.
It's serious.
I had 2 accidents.
Can I say something? Can I back up? Sorry to interrupt, but can I back Nana up? I went with an uncle of mine who's an amazing driver, but I saw big trucks, 5 of them. Nana mentioned I got home about midnight. That is the stretch. It's a long stretch and it's a big one. And it's an international stretch that lorries, I must have seen about 100 lorries. And I'm a prayerful person, spiritual, forget about spiritual, but prayerful. Throughout the journey, I was praying that the trucks would not have accidents. What Nana Sadi is saying, I'm a witness to what he's saying, is the truth. Sorry to interrupt. Nana, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
But it's the truth.
but if that is the case, what happened to
Terrible.
the year of roads? 8 years of roads by Nana Addo. I'm trying to.
Was there a year of roads? But you know what, Nana, if we're going to be mentioning name, an MPP which is meant to be mainly Kumasi or Ashanti based, etc., did not even finish that road. And this agenda 1-1 thing was in my father's time. He said, Syria, yes, Syria, Syria, yes. Hospitals that have been built, not finished. Nice hospitals, nice area. If I had millions, I would turn it into a tourist attraction. Turn it into hotels. That wasn't finished. The road there wasn't finished. I don't understand why, as an MPP leader, you would not even finish that area and at least finish that road. Yeah.
Okay,
That's the one road that Nana's talking about. It's dangerous, very dangerous.
Anyway, we thank God Nana is alive and came out of those two accidents. So Nana, where is the car now?
It's at the shop.
So what went wrong with the 8 years of NPP? I know they cannot do everything, but do you think that hub, Accra Kumasi, for all these years, prior to Nana Addo, to Mills, Kufuor and all that, why can't these subsequent governments try and finish this stretch of road? Because I think it's the most popular road that is used in Ghana, if I'm not mistaken.
The road has been divided into, I think, 5 sections.
5 lanes.
No, sections from Accra to Sawam.
Oh, okay.
Through Pokwase.
Right.
That interchange is very, very nice. That one, I think they have stopped because of the change of government. And then from the Sawam bypass, that one to is not. You see a lot of lorries, not cars, lorries from Burkina Faso, from Mali, Chad, all pass through the same route. And then
Nana is correct. Nana is so correct. Nana is so correct. Hundreds of lorries. I said I was praying for them.
And you see these long lorries. So you can't overtake them when they are. You can't overtake them.
Okay. Yeah. Can I come in, please?
Yeah, Doc. Go. Come in. Yeah.
Okay. I accept what you are saying about the poor road network, which is very necessary. You have to develop, and you can see Burkina Faso developing now. Why are they developing now? They are developing now because the government they had in the past was not a government depot. That government was actually controlled by France, which in other words, controlled by France, a puppet government. So if our government here is not developing the country as we want, you should know that long arms of the Western imperialism are one way that control our government here in all aspects. And it will be difficult for people to understand it. You can blame NPP and DC, but what I want to understand that everything happening here, the long arms of the Western government, imperial government, are in controlling activity of government here and trying to stifle our development. Can I give an example? We have Dumso, an energy crisis. I can tell you that the energy crisis we had in Ghana was planned at the White House. Let me tell you how it was planned. Somewhere in 2008, 2009, the government of Ghana needed a loan facility from the IMF. And under the condition of the IMF, the government had to allow private sector engagement in the energy production.
Let the engineer pick up. We got another caller. Doctor, continue. Yeah.
Okay. So I said that the Dumso you have here was planned by the US government to ensure that we don't develop. In 2009, 2010, the government needed some money from IMF. And we're giving conditions that you should allow private sector engagement or participation in the production of energy. And that's when you introduce Asogli and so many private energy production. Those RPPs, they produce about 20% of our energy, but they take a whopping how much? Yeah, 60% to 70% of the revenue from ECG. Can you imagine that? That's barbarism. They produce 20% of the energy, then they take 60 to 70% of the revenue from ECG. and that plunged the whole nation into debt, and it crippled the sector. So the government could not buy fuel, and that was caused the doom zone. You understand?
Yeah.
Every aspect of our economy, the Western government imperialism have hand in it. That's actually stopping our development, and they have many ways of operating. So we have to be awakened, try to learn, and identify the modus of operandi by which this Western imperialism mechanism operates. That is preventing us from developing at the pace we are supposed to develop. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for that point. We have Eugene back on. Eugene,
Uncle,
Eugene, can you hear me?
I can hear
Okay.
you, Osagyefo.
Oh, you can hear me now.
Yes, I can hear you, Osagyefo.
Okay. So, First Lady made a point regarding the bad roads in Ghana, especially Accra, Kumasi, and Kumasi, Accra. And we have Nana Sibe, who had 2 car accidents. I'm talking about a man who owns his own 4x4, which is a big car, and the car is totally damaged. Actually, he sent me a picture of it, and when I saw it, I said, "Oh my God!" So 2 accidents, one from Kumasi to Accra accident, and then from Accra to Kumasi accident. So the roads must be very terrible. And I understand during that. Yeah, Eugene, go on. I'm coming. Yeah, go on.
So, Uncle, the road situation or the road systems in Ghana, it is unbearable. I don't know how people are able to build houses that are worth millions of dollars, and the road to these houses are so bad that even animals will not even want to walk on these roads. For instance, the Accra Kumasi Road from Ofanko going. Am I still live?
Yes, we are listening.
From Ofanko, the Accra Kumasi Road from Ofanko onwards, it is
Yeah.
deadly. The construction project has come to a halt, and so therefore, so many things can happen. When you look, not only that, the road systems within the intercities of Accra, the street lights, everything is very wrong. Places that traffic lights don't work. Places that the road has to be constructed, even the standardized version of the roads that they've done is not something that can last for a certain period. It will say potholes when it rains. As at now, today it has rained. That means there's trouble. The sewage systems around the roads, everything has been blocked. So the road system, it's something, Osagyefo, it's very dear to me. When you are driving and you see the kind of roads and how we play with the road system, it's like they don't care for human lives. Something has to be done.
But
Something has to be done.
what I don't understand was that I'm not trying to be a bit harsh, but I was optimistic that we were having roads done, built left and right by the previous government. Um, is it the case that any government that comes into power brags about roads and yet they don't do nothing? And is it going to be the same case with the Mahama government? Let me go to the
Now, what is happening is that in the road sector, each one for himself. It's coming whom you know. So areas that belongs to the general public are being forgotten, but the MPs and others and the ministers, they built the roads in their constituencies, especially their homes or places that are not even fit for. Now, let me come again. And when recently Asensu became a minister,
yeah, let's welcome our very learned colleague in the person of Godfrey Asante. Godfrey, how are you? And welcome to the show.
I'm fine, and you?
Yeah, great. Okay, we can hear you very clearly. Yeah, Nana Sibi.
now when this one,
Yeah,
Asensu,
I think we lost Genevieve now. Okay, carry on. Yeah.
When Asensu became a minister for Bantama, now my constituency is shares border. And if you go to Asensu's constituency now, Even
Hello, sorry. Were you calling me? Sorry.
Oh,
no,
it's all right. Yeah, now you are. I can hear you now. Cool. Yeah, Nana
even
Smith.
the road that leads to bush
Yeah.
have been tied. But the main ones,
Mm,
because it is from his constituency, he neglected. Now, my own hometown, they started about over 20 years ago. Just one kilometer stretch. As at now, they haven't been able to do it. And the dust, and every time they say they are coming to do, and no one have. Now, listen, we have the interchange in Kumasi. As at now, as I'm talking to you now, the Sofola hasn't completed.
So what is wrong with our leaders and our
Hasn't
people?
completed. The Swami interchange, the biggest,
It's still not completed.
It just started. It has become halt and traffic all over.
Okay, so all these loans and all this money and Ghana was moving on. Where did the money go?
Aguraga Junction
Yeah.
hasn't yet started. And the Santasi Roundabout Junction hasn't started. The one started.
Nana, you are right. For those projects Akufo-Addo began in Kumasi, it was a scam. I use the word a complete scam. All those interchange in Kumasi, Akufo-Addo said they're going to construct, they're all a complete scam. They actually decided to do something to deceive the Kumasi residents that were doing something, but practically he did nothing. He didn't allocate any money for the road construction. I drove to Kumasi about 2 months ago. They have all come to a complete halt. And that was a scam. That I don't know how to describe it. It was it's pathetic. Akufo-Addo didn't try. He didn't try at all on that. It was a complete scam to the people.
I thought Kumasi was the NPP basket.
No. Basket, but they didn't do anything over there.
What basket?
There's nothing they did.
Nana, you know something? Nana, I was born in Kumasi. I was born in Bedu in Kumasi. I can tell you that about 90% of asphalt roads in Kumasi were built by NDC. I was born and bred in Kumasi. From primary to university, I studied from primary to university in Kumasi. And 90% of the roads in Kumasi were built by NDC. That's a fact.
So, Doc, that must be sad. And is it a reflection of the turnout of the votes in 2024, December 7th? People were
absolutely, definitely, exactly precise.
Eugene.
Yes, uncle.
Yeah, so have you been? You said you went Kumasi a couple of weeks ago or so.
Yes, the road, I use that part all the time. The Amasamai, Ofanko, that stretch.
Oh dear. Then Genevieve, you gotta be careful, okay? We need you alive in London.
It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. The road
that
system.
That road good. The last time I used that road to Kumasi, of Anko to Nsawam Road, when I came, I have to change my tires and change my shocks. I don't use that road again. You can go through Aburi and come to Nsawam, but you don't use that road again. You are going to destroy your car.
Osagyefo,
The last time I used that road, I have to do major maintenance.
Somewhere last year, on that same road, there was a critical accident whereby a tipper truck ran over a trotro and killed every passenger in the car on that same incompleted road.
So it means that
it's a very serious situation.
Most of these deaths could be attributed as murder against government, because they seem they don't know
exactly.
Okay,
I'm trying to be too extreme and wider.
Let me talk about Kumasi Accra Road.
Nana, sorry, am I talking or is it Nana who's talking? Because I don't agree with what you just said, but go ahead. Is Nana speaking?
Okay.
After I can answer that question.
Okay, from Accra stretch from Opanko to Nsawam, as we've already said it. Then from Nsawam bypass, after Nsawam bypass, you join the Apeja Road. And from Apeja onwards, very dangerous.
That is bad.
No, very dangerous because the potholes are more.
Oh dear.
And these big trucks will be passing.
So we still have those big potholes in Ghana.
And then when you reach and stretch, you see that big small bridge, and then the whole Yilem township is choked. So people have to go and bypass. If you want to be on the queue, then you stand up for about
So
1 hour.
these
I'm coming.
leaders, they
I'm
only
coming.
just come to chop the money
I'm
and
coming.
go. Yeah, go on.
Then from to Nkoko, then you get a bypass over Nkoko, and that though it is a bypass, each car has its own way. The bombs over there are so dangerous that if you don't take care, your car will jump.
So why wasn't that done?
I'm having complete.
Yeah, go
On
on.
reaching Konongo, from Konongo stretch, you have to be in the queue for at least 1-2 hours. That Konongo stretch,
Because
only.
there's a market there, isn't it?
Market, yes, very, very, very
Choked.
they're choked.
Oh, they are
And then from there to Ejuso to it's choked.
choked.
Then on reaching Kumasi from Tech, that Tech junction, very, very bad.
Also choked.
Not choked, but
the potholes.
The bombs over there. Yes.
So if the place is not potholes, then it's choked. If it's not
then
choked,
arriving on Amuraga Junction,
yes,
we pass through to airport roundabout. So
yeah.
Then to the traffic.
Oh dear.
The traffic.
Oh dear.
So I'm using all these roads.
I'm not really happy and excited at
and
all
when you reach Swami roundabout,
yeah,
Swami roundabout, that's the most worst.
Oh dear.
Because you'll be in the queue for a long time, you can't go.
And that's where the VIP station is, Swami.
No, they had a station at Abrepo Junction, but they couldn't. So now the VIP they've scattered.
They're everywhere.
They've scattered.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's shift a bit from the road. Are you Godfrey? You've been laughing quietly.
No. I apologize, but you made the statement that I disagree when you said that the accidents are the accidents caused by the road, caused by the government? Not necessarily. Yes, we know that the roads are bad, but the driving. I believe that you have to drive with intelligence. A lot of them are not driving with intelligence, especially the trotro people. It's no lane discipline. Like the road that Nana Sibi just mentioned, I was on there yesterday. I think in Sowem, different in Sowem, Kolongo, all of those. I can't remember all the names. And there's a long queue on one side, then they're so impatient they will go over to the other side where oncoming traffic is coming. It's crazy. Yesterday was crazy.
All right,
it's true.
Yeah, go on.
Accidents are not always caused by military because the government is not doing their roads. Yeah, the roads is very, very bad, but there's also no discipline in their driving. That's another reason why there are accidents. Another reason why the tracks that we see falling that it cannot be lifted up. They were trying to swerve. They're trying to avoid killing the small cars.
Yeah, but Genevieve, if the drivers are bad or bad driving, inexperienced driving, and those without license and driving because they can pay their way through the policing system, and also the roads are bad, doesn't all that, and then the tractors, as I know, I heard or read, or the research work, the Achampon regime with these trucks from Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and all that, brought a law that says all big trucks cannot move during the day until after, I think, 6 p.m. And then, oh yes. So
Nana is 8.
In Ghana, that trucks does not move till, I think, late night.
From 6 p.m. 6 a.m.
Yes.
8 p.m.
8 p.m. to 6 p.m. Yeah, there was a law. And then when Achampo...
Okay, no, I've just been corrected that that law you just told me was during Rawlings' time.
Well, but what I'm saying, it was Achampo that brought that law. And what I was saying is that minimized the big truck type of accidents that was then occurring in Ghana a lot. That managed to curb a bit of those accidents. And then that law
needs to be brought back. That law needs to be brought back.
Because what I heard was that our leaders, some of our ministers and politicians, getting into politics and making money, started getting into haulage and big trucks as well. So then they got that law abolished or something like that.
Nana, please let me come in. Let me come in.
I'll let you come in. I'm just making a point. I start to be corrected.
No, I'm also just chipping something what you just said.
Go on. Then I'll continue. I wanted
the law has not abolished.
Okay.
The law has not been abolished.
So what has
it's
happened?
just that the Ghana Police Service are all those who have to, those who supposed to enforce the law are the people who are not enforcing the law. The law is still there. It has not been abolished. So
yeah,
as
the law is still there, and you've got these dangerous roads, and then you see these heavy trucks moving during the day.
Yeah, you see, when it's like when you people were talking, I was there laughing, and you were just, why am I laughing? Because this in Sanwem, Achimota in Sanwem highway is where I'm staying. So I use this road more than anybody. Nana, you know, Ghanaians, we have a lot of issues and we have a lot of problems. And one problem is our maintenance culture. You see, we don't even know how to maintain or make maintenance on certain things. You know, as we are saying, these big trucks, in 20, when Norman Payne-Kufuor was elected, he also came in with a certain law whereby these big trucks will never come to Accra. They should hang around. That's around after in Sanwem. So these small vehicles will go in for the loads and just do the distribution around Accra. But they couldn't fulfill this. So these big vehicles that we are seeing are still using these our roads. And one, we don't maintenance or we don't do any maintenance on these roads. And these big trucks are also using these roads. And we don't even have any form of transportation apart from using our roads. Unlike when you travel outside Ghana, you can use road or you can use a train. But here the trains are not working, Nana. So everybody is just applying this road, and we are not doing maintenance on it. That's why you'll be seeing these photos and other stuff. Even Achimota to Ofanko Highway, there's so many potholes and so many cracks on this road that a lot of this Ghana Road Safety and this Ministry of Roads and Highways has not done anything. There's no even street light from Ofanko to Achimota. So Nana, I sometimes don't get it.
But why don't you get it?
I don't know. Sometimes I'm fed up of talking about these things, Nana.
What I'm saying is that I think the leaderships are not held accountable. There's no probity, balance checks, you know, and that is so sad because I mean, you look at the wealth Ghana sits on, from oil to cocoa, diamond, bauxite, manganese. How much resources has Burkina Faso got? Nothing compared to Ghana. And look at this
it's
one.
Because we are politicizing everything. Every issue has been politicized.
And go and see Ghanaians lying and sleeping in kiosks and sometimes outside the streets to the detriment of mosquitoes and this kayaye being raped and all those things. What is going on? And where is the rule of law? Absolutely.
Okay.
Nana, before these things, as you were saying, can be changed, the head, that's the executive, should be streamlined, like appointing IGP and appointing chief justice and those kind of things. Appointing this Yoko, Shrag and those kind of. So the moment you appoint these people, they will always side with you, whether you are doing good or bad. But if we allow these institutions to work, I don't think these things you will be facing these things
we
because
talking the
the
institution?
politicians are.
They come and sell us their manifestos. They come to power. Who is stopping them to work? We put them there to work. So I don't get it. I still don't get it.
That's what I'm saying. If you appoint all these head of people that we suppose, the IGP, the military, and things.
Sri Lanka did. Do you remember what Sri Lanka did? They started swimming in the government, the leader's house. If we do what the Sri Lankans did, the leaders will stop.
It's so sad. And probably we need to maybe change the system of governance because that seems not to be working for us then. Because it doesn't make sense.
You know, nowadays, when you want to travel from Accra to Kumasi, the normal system is 7 hours from Accra to Kumasi. I wanted to go by flight, and it's 2,000 from Accra to Kumasi. Just 25 minutes. You have to pay 2,000, and at times in over. It's so tedious. Now, when we were young, these one pound cars were taking about 2 hours to Accra. Why? Because there were no many cars on the road. So they were able to go fast. But now the whole system is short. So you can't move. And as you can't move, you have to bypass. These are bringing all the accidents that are coming. Comes from this.
So
now,
can we
my solution to that
is
that when we were young, we were using the trains. But now the trains has completely stopped.
Yes, there's no trains.
Yes, from Kumasi to Accra, we have the sleeper, we have the express, we have the passenger. They were all moving to and from. We have the western side from Accra to Takoradi, from Takoradi to Kumasi, from Kumasi to Accra. It was working. So, and now all the roads, the rail roads have been closed. Look at what they did to the Volta region through the lake. I don't know how it's working now. And then from Accra to his home, I don't think it's working. If they
no. Even the rail lines have been even removed. The rail lines, all the rail lines have been removed, and I don't even know why. And no one is even explaining anything to anyone.
I know you see the recently Kumasi market was bad. That blue, they call it blue something. That's why the trains were there. The train station. I think
that we need to step up. We need to really step up because I made mention that the government is murdering the people. I know Genevieve came up with a statement, but I'm talking in a wider angle that the responsibility of government is not working. And if it's not working, then they should be held culpable for causing some of these deaths. I'm looking at it from that angle because the neglect, stolen monies, because all the loans that came to Ghana, and we cannot show, what the money was used for. It's just deplorable.
Okay, on that base, I agree with you that if people are having accidents, and they are. If a truck is trying to avoid a stupid driver trying to overtake, because the trucks can easily kill, as we know that. So the trucks that I saw, only because they were trying to avoid a small car, hitting them, and they end up. But I definitely agree with you that government needs to be held responsible for deaths on the road. Definitely.
So why? Okay, let's this particular issue. Those of us on this platform and our channels and in the diaspora, we need to be revisiting all these very pressing issue because we can't also stay back and say that's what the status quo is, so we should just leave it and people continue to die and all that. It's just terrible. Let's move to the last topic.
What they were saying is that when you speak to a Ghanaian, because I get frustrated. Even the simplest service, government, they had to
okay.
Tell them no, we have to move forward. It's not because that's how we do it in Ghana.
I'm not stopping you, Genevieve. I'm not stopping you. We have the engineers are bringing back somebody on the backstage. So yeah, Genevieve, continue.
Okay.
Genevieve, continue. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that I don't think democracy works for Africa. In my opinion, I don't think it works. So we've already agreed that. But secondly, Ghanaians have got a mindset that, I had this, So anyone that doesn't understand English, tree, Ghanaians will always say that, this is how we do it in Ghana. So they're happy to, it's as if they're used to it. I'm trying to tell people that, okay, Mohammed's coming with a different mindset. I'm trusting that he has. Because if he doesn't produce, he's out. I think he knows it. So I'm thinking positive that he was voted in to try and stop corruption, and so far they're catching people. The thing is, catching people, seizing their assets, and jailing them is two different things. Catching is not enough. So I'm hoping that things will change. We can't continue saying that this is how it is in Ghana. We need to move forward.
Okay, finally.
So the diaspora, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm doing my bit. I'm going to be coming here. I'm going to be doing my bit.
Yeah.
Talk is cheap. There's too much talking, Nana. There's too much talking. There's action. We need to act.
Yeah. Okay. Let's look at the Chief Justice issue, the CJ, and then we can bring the show. We'll continue to tomorrow, and of course subsequent days as well. Finally, the CJ. Eugene, are you there? Okay, I could see all of you. So Godfrey is there. I've seen JB and I've seen Eugene. Nana Sibe is here. So Nana, the Chief Justice removal, suspension, and then we have somebody sitting in for her at the moment to the Council of State come out with whatever they find, and then. Quite an interesting development with our judicial system. Yeah.
I'm not comfortable on the decision that the president has taken. The petitioners came in with that the CJ has traveled with his husband and I think his son or daughter. So because of that, they are petitioning the president to remove him. But you see, we have the three arms of government. The president travels, he takes his wife, he takes his sons and others to travel because of Article 71. The speaker travels. When he was sick, he even sent his maid. No one talks about. Why about the CJ? When he travels and he takes his husband and a daughter or a son, there's a problem. Whereas all of them are enjoying the Article 71. Now, if the president accepts such a petition, I would say it's very loose to accept that decision. If the president wants to remove the CJ, I don't have any problem. He can do that. But with such loose petitions, I don't think it's good for the president to act on that.
Okay, let's go to Godfrey. Godfrey, your views on the CJ thing. Nana Sibe has aired his views.
I sometimes don't want to talk about things like this. It's because
why don't you want to?
It looks like every thing or every change of government, we try to politicize our institutions as a country, and that is very bad. In fact, I don't even know her offense. I don't even know her offense, because if you are saying her ladyship Justice Tukonu travel with her siblings or family member, the Constitution gave that mandate that you can travel with any family member that you feel like. But my problem is, when these people travel, what are they going to do? That's the question that we should ask as a country.
Okay, let's go to Eugene. Eugene, your view on the CJ thing and the petition. Eugene? Okay, JB, can you hear me? Take it on.
Okay, Doc, I can hear you say. Okay, concerning the travel of the CGN, the law states emphatically, categorically, based on the condition. For example, if we are traveling for official visit, official travel, there are some people that you can travel with. It's medical travel or for treatment. There are people that you can go with. And if you are traveling on your own, like private visit or private vacation, there are people that you can go with. But the action that she took was in direct breach and contradiction to the law. You were traveling on a private vacation. She was supposed to go with herself until the security. Then she brought her husband and children on board at the expense of the state.
So, doctor, the travel wasn't an official travel. It was a holiday, a private one. Okay.
It's a holiday. It's a holiday one. So on holiday one. She herself, when she responded to the petition, she agreed that she was wrong and agreed to be pay the money back to the state, which is a complete offense. Nevertheless, corruption in the form of public has majorly existed because of a corrupt judiciary we've had. Just look at the e-levy. You and I paid the e-levy illegally. Yes, paid illegally. Why? Because the NDC went to Parliament first, scrap the e-levy and the whole budget because budget, and immediately, instantly, MPP went to court to petition that NDC didn't have 138 members of Parliament, so they cannot form a quorum. Within 2 days, the court sat ruled that NDC didn't have 138, they were 137, so they cannot reject the budget. Then MPP went to Parliament with an inferior number of 136 to pass the levy. Then NDC went to court that Supreme Court, based on your own ruling, we need 138 to form a quorum. MPP had 136, so they can't form a quorum. For up to now, for about 3 or 4 years now, the Supreme Court didn't call the case, listen to the case, and you and I paid the levy legally. So you've had a chief justice, a judiciary that have been clearly biased, unpatriotic, so political, working in the interest of the MPP instead of the interest of Ghana. So I think the president have taken a good course that will give us fair justice. That's my opinion.
So I'm coming.
Yeah, go on.
You know, the Supreme Court is made up of at least 9 or 10, 11 people. It's
No. They are made of 14.
14.
And I heard that Kufuor.
I'm coming. I'm out of the 14. Kufuor appointed one, Jim appointed one, and the 12 were all appointed by Kufuor. And that Tokunu was appointed almost 2019, 2018. And the current one, Bafo Boni, was appointed to 2008. So Bafo Boni and Atubiga should have been the chief justice because they were the senior most. But Akufo-Addo wanted to get his cronies in power, so he appointed someone in 2018. Then 2019 made that person the chief justice ahead of the senior ones. That's not appropriate.
But if we have one party appointing 12,
Nana, please let me come in. Nana, this is what I said.
I'll let you come in. Don't worry. If one Akufo-Addo could appoint 12 chief justices, then the balance will not be there, isn't it? Yeah, go on, Godfrey.
Nana, this what I was saying that.
Yeah, Godfrey, go on.
And this is what I was saying that our institution has been politicized. The reason why Justice Bafuboni was not appointed as a chief justice of this country was because in 2012 petition, he ruled in favor of NDC. So the MPP realized that, oh, this man is against us. But if these judges are being appointed on merit, I don't think these issues will come because even before the election 2024, then this declared that when they come to power, the chief justice will be changed. So Nana, it has been an issue that always we are all fighting that our institution has issues to be politicized. this one instance of what I'm just saying, because they believe.
Okay, Godfrey, it seems your voice, we've lost your voice a bit. Godfrey, adjust well. Godfrey, your voice, we can't hear anything. Okay, Genevieve, you wanted to say, add something to the Chief Justice.
Is it okay now?
Okay, Godfrey, continue. Yeah, 1 second, Genevieve. Yeah, Godfrey, go on.
Okay, so Nana, what I'm saying that we shouldn't politicize our institution. If you do that, this one of the things that will happen. As these are the things that will happen as time goes on. So that's the only thing I can say for now, that we should allow the. I think we should allow the lawyers to do the appointment. The lawyers should vote and select someone to become a chief justice, rather than allowing president to appoint. So when you rule when you don't rule in favor of him, then it means you are being fired, or you'll be suspended. That shouldn't be the case.
Godfrey,
That
would you
shouldn't
not
be
be
the case.
worried? Godfrey, would you not be worried if the judiciary has become so corrupt? As I mean, everybody knows our judiciary is not the best, and it's corrupt.
It's very corrupt. Very corrupt. Very corrupt.
Nana is because this judicial systems, or these lawyers or these judges always be appointed by the president. So they will always inside with the president. That's what I'm also saying, that we shouldn't do that, because Nana, if I'm working for you and you are my paymaster, I'll definitely worship you.
Yeah, but
that's
Godfrey,
I think the whole issue.
Godfrey, having made that a salient point, would you agree that the judiciary is corrupt and needs sanitizing? So if something is broken, doesn't we need to fix it? Don't we need to fix it?
Nana, can you come again?
I'm saying that if something is broken, isn't there the need to fix it? Or what do you think?
Yeah, Nana, I agree with you. I agree with you. That's why I'm just saying that we should amend our constitution, and some of the powers should be taken from the president.
And then let me also ask another question. If the judiciary is 14, I'm talking about Supreme Court, sorry, isn't that too much? Because I know even in America, with over 400 and something million people and 50 states, which is 50 countries, they have Supreme Court judges just about around 10, or I'll cross-check it. And Ghana, we have 14 Supreme Court judges and 12 appointed by Akufo-Addo. Isn't that worrying in a way?
Nana is worried, and it's also the question that I'm saying. These judges are not appointed by themselves. It's the president who does the appointment. So the president, if he feels like appointing anybody to the chief justice position, or to the Supreme Court position, because he has the power, he can just execute the power. And these are the issues that we are having, that we shouldn't give the president.
I'm asking you that now that the issue has come to light and the judiciary is broken, which we can all tell, because you cannot have 12 Supreme Court judges appointed by one person. It doesn't, or one party. It doesn't make sense. Because I'm sure if you tilt it the other way around, and it is Mills or Mahama who appointed 12 Supreme Court judges, I'm sure the other party will be making the same noise. So why don't we find?
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah. So
yes, definitely.
Doctor, let me come in. We are talking about age system, and those lawyers or those Supreme Court judges were all up to the retirement age. So after they retired, you have to add another one. I think that was how it came about. That during the Akufo-Addo term, the most of the Supreme Court judges went on retirement. And if someone is retired, you can't just wait for another
Yeah,
government to
so
come in.
what we are saying is one
So that
party.
was
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But I'm
that
saying
was
one
how.
party having 12 Supreme Court judges there, everybody will complain.
Yeah, I know.
There is no
But
balance.
that's the
Okay,
system.
doctor, you
Now,
wanted to make a
before I
point.
go,
Yeah, go on.
I attended a court
Yeah.
in Kumasi,
Mm.
and I found that the whole system was so corrupt.
Yeah, we need to fix it.
Down, from even the staff over there, the staff over there.
Terrible.
Yeah, so they should do something. The president shouldn't be appointing all these people.
Okay, Doc, go on.
Okay.
Eugene, you be quiet for a while. I tried to get you to come in, but we weren't hearing you.
You were
Eugene.
sleeping.
The network, the network. I wasn't sleeping. The network is playing Humpty Dumpty.
Okay, so Eugene, briefly, what do you make out of this sad?
So
it's a very sad scenario.
What I would say with regards to the judiciary is that the amendments, if there should be any form of change, the amendments should start from the Constitution, whereby certain positions cannot be interfered by the other organs of government, like the judiciary. If someone is named a judge, the person should be named a lifetime judge or like a ruling judge for a minimum or a maximum period. So therefore, there wouldn't be any form of interference of the concurrent political parties that emerge from time to time, the 4 to 8 year period that they are supposed to serve their term. I feel this is one of the way, or I think this is one of the way. But the actual change has to start with the clauses of the 1992 reformed constitution.
Okay, let's go to Doctor.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you're all right. I agree with the point that you made. But let's look at this particular situation in which Fernando was said. We had a judiciary supervised by Chief Justice Gertrude Tokunu that was very corrupt and very biased, working clearly without any ambiguity in the interest of Akufo-Addo and the NPP government without regard to the law. Look at what happened recently at Parliament concerning who should be majority and minority. The Supreme Court don't sit on Fridays. Afanya Americans went to court on Friday, filed a suit at the registry around 9 a.m. By 12 p.m., the chief justice have called the judges to come from home, even though they're not supposed to sit to. It's against the conventions of the Supreme Court. She invited them to come, get a panel, 1 p.m., 2 p.m., they're rude. Can you just imagine that? They're not, the Supreme Court don't sit on Fridays.
That's why there need to be a balance.
That's why my other colleague was saying that the constitution has to be amended. There are certain that we all know that these are the things. That's why president always interested in removing this chief justice. Anytime we elect president, they are just waiting for someone to just come in with any petition to so that the president will trigger that petition. So we are all calling for.
But you can't wait for you cannot wait to be amended.
Hold on. Now that we are decided to, president has suspended the chief justice. President Mahama cannot be in power forever. Definitely there will be change of government. So are they also going to change the previous the chief justice because it was the previous government who appointed him or her? That's our problem. So before you remove her, there should be amendment through the judicial system, our constitution, on how to appoint someone to chair the chief justice position.
Do you also, with 30 million people, would you say the justices are too many for a country like Ghana?
Nana, I would disagree in certain ways, and I agree in certain ways, because some of these judges and some of these lawyers don't even work here. Some of these lawyers even work outside the country.
No,
There are so many Supreme Court judges.
Something else. I'm not talking about. Well, I'm just saying that the number of the justices. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go on, Nana.
Listen, you see, the problems in UK is different from the problems in Ghana. You see, the things, the court system in Britain here, you see, you have less people committing crimes. But when you go to Ghana, a lot of people are committing crimes. So they have to, the judges have to sit down for a long period. That's why maybe they appoint more of these judges so that they can handle the cases.
I don't know about that excuse. No, I don't buy it. I think the Supreme Court number 14 for a country like Ghana is just too much. Even America is over around 10. We need to look and make sure we can sanitize the judicial system.
The 14 is
what else? Yeah, Dr. Kami.
I think initially there were 7. There were 7 and they make them 9. From 9, before they move from 9 to 14 straight. It's too much. They should not be more than 9. From the convention, there have been 7.
People retiring.
Nana.
Yeah.
7. People don't move from 7 to 9, 9 to 14.
Justification to justify the number 14 of this. I think it's
so are you saying that Bahama should reduce the Supreme Court judges to 7 or to less than 10?
But we had it at 9. I even remember when Kufuor came. Mm-hmm. You know, when Kufuor, the case of Tatu Chikata, and then even that Kufuor had to use his own, you know, the causing financial loss to the states. You know, when that was challenged by the Tatu team, and then he had to add another Supreme. It wasn't even up to 10. You know, what I'm saying is 14 is too much. First facts.
It's because when it is 9,
the Supreme Court members will be around 30.
Oh, please.
It's sure. So things are changing.
No,
I don't agree.
No. Look around the world. Look around the world. Ghana is not in isolation. Let's stop justifying something which is not there. From 9, you don't move Supreme Court judges to 14. It's wrong.
Well, you can establish a lot of courts, bringing more.
But the court is different from the Supreme Court. We are talking about the apex of the courts. You understand? We've got all the smaller courts, and then all to the High Court, the Appeals Court.
Wait after removing the CJ.
It's not about removing the CJ. I'm thinking the whole system is corrupt. Even when you remove the CJ, you've got how many there? You've still got imbalanced justices there. It doesn't make sense.
You have to bring another one.
No, we need to sanitize it.
So who should we remove from the?
It's not about removing. The whole system is corrupt.
Is there?
No, I get your point, but I'm saying the system is corrupt. We need to find.
So now who made the system to be corrupted? That's the whole issue. Who made the system? Who made the system?
Well, what I'm saying is that even though
the executive who made the system to be corrupted, it's the executive.
What I'm
the
saying
system is corrupted because it's the executive
is corrupt, and we have.
No, let me tell you something.
So I'm coming. Let's make this point.
An example.
So it means that we have 13 Supreme Court judges appointed by NPP, with just 1 Supreme Court judge appointed by the NDC.
Good, I'm coming. During the time of,
I don't think this is right for the
listen.
Yeah, go on.
During the court ruling by Atiguba, they used about 8 to 9 months for the case. During the ruling, Atiguba took about 4 minutes.
Usually, less than the whole 8 months proceedings, and you use less than 5 minutes with the judgment.
I agree.
I'm saying the point I'm making, you are not getting it. I'm saying the system is corrupt, and we need to.
Who made it corrupted, Nana? Who made it corrupted?
Okay, so who made it
corrupted?
Yeah, who made it corrupt?
Huh?
Who made it?
The executive who made the system to be corrupted.
No, who?
The system is corrupted. It's from the executive.
Well, I think it's not just Akufo-Addo alone, but I think Akufo-Addo made it.
No, I'm not mentioning of Akufo-Addo. I'm just saying executive. So the executive means the president, because he's the one who have been pointing these people to go there. So if the system is corrupt,
what I'm saying is that even if the system was corrupt before, okay, we all know it was there's no system that is 100%. We all know that, even in the West. But the point we are making is that you cannot jump from 9 justices to 14. And even justices, there was no balance.
Because the president has that. Nana, listen. If the president has the power, the constitution has given the president to appoint. Definitely he will do so, because he has the constitution power to do that. That's why I'm just calling that the president doesn't come in.
So are you justifying the 14 that Akufo-Addo chose? Is that what you are saying?
Yes, I will justify that, because there is the constitution who are giving the president that mandate.
I don't think we are making a very balanced statement here. I'm saying
no. If the constitution has given the president to appoint.
Before Akufo-Addo added those justices to the number 14, what was the normal justices that Ghana had? Because I remember up to the Rawlings era, Ghana was hovering under 9 the justices or 8. And then I think Kufuor came and then brought it up a bit to 10 or something. And then I understand some retired. And then this man took it to 14. I think it's too much.
That's what I've done. You are still not getting me.
You are still not getting me. The US haven't even got up to 10. The US
my problem is if the constitution has given president that mandate to do so, he definitely will do it. So we should just take that mandate from president.
No, you do not abuse the mandate. Okay, Godfrey, one second, Godfrey. Talking about the judiciary and the what do we call it? The executive. Okay, we all understand the system. Okay, and as a matter of fact, some of us are even deep in the system and work in the system. But the point we are making is that you cannot say just because you have the mandate, you have to abuse it. And now, if it was
Nana, please let me come in. So Nana, were you okay when president from 10 regions to 16? Were you okay with that?
When what?
When Akufo-Addo made from 10 regions to 16 regions.
But do you think the 16 regions we got? For me, well, I don't agree with the 16 region. I think we should have stayed with the 10 regions.
Because President Akufo-Addo thought he had a mandate. He could do that. So he just added some of the regions.
But regions
is the same instant he was using to do it.
Yeah, but you are looking at the issue narrowly. You are looking at it narrowly. You cannot compare the administrative centers, expanding administrative centers to 16, as to the talking of the Supreme Court. Now you have 13.
Yes, because when you come to
Supreme Court with one party who has one.
I don't have a problem about that. I don't have a problem, because if the constitution has given,
you don't have a problem.
Yes, because the constitution has given the president to do so. That's not my problem.
So the
constitution.
Okay, wait.
So we have to amend our constitution.
Wait. You are not being very balanced here. Are you saying because you have the constitutional mandate, you have to abuse it? Now we have 14 Supreme Court judges, 13 of them from NPP appointed, and most by Akufo-Addo. Now, wait, let me land. So are you saying Mama also having the mandate of the constitution should look at the one that they have against the 13 and then appoint another 14 to supersede the 13 of the NPP? Will you be happy with that?
Nana, if only the president has the power to do so, to me, I don't have a problem.
I think you are
if the president has the power.
Listen,
Anyway,
Yeah, Nana,
listen.
sometimes,
let's run up.
Nana,
Look,
sometimes the Constitution is the supreme.
oh,
The
please
Constitution is the supreme.
forget the Constitution. You can, if you have the Constitution,
Why should
let
you
me
forget about the Constitution?
it's a working Constitution we are talking about. You can have the bogus Constitution. We don't respect it. What has Ghana's Constitution done for Ghana? Tell me.
That's what they are using.
Has the Constitution fixed the potholes and the roads for Ghana?
The Constitution doesn't work.
The Constitution doesn't work. So please stop standing there and coming with Constitution, and the law. Ghana law does not work. Constitution does not work.
Nana, if you said the Constitution doesn't work, then it means President doesn't have that power to suspend the Chief Justice. But if President is suspending the Chief Justice, come again.
Okay, Genevieve, go on.
I mean, I couldn't hear everything that Godfrey says, but when you speak, I hear it more. So I heard you talk about Constitution and the laws in Ghana, etc. So the Constitution is good. Humanity needs to follow something. But the point is, for something to work, it needs to be implemented. So if the leaders are wicked and corrupted, they're not following it. So there's nothing works. There's law, but you've got corrupted judges, you've got corrupted law. And this woman that you talked about that's been suspended, I heard somebody say that Mahama shouldn't have gone by, was it like a petition? People have to sign. Essentially, Mahama left it to, I guess, his people, right? The specific people to petition whether she should stay or not. I think Mahama did correctly, because if Mahama had made the decision himself, then he would have been accused of, I don't know, political decisions, etc. So in that case, and secondly, my second point is that she is everyone that was under Akufo for 8 years. I'm not sure if I pronounced this properly. If I'm an incoming leader, I'll get rid of all of them, not because of political views, no. But I will look at how loyal, because most of them will still be loyal to the ex-president. Therefore, will you be doing a good job? But I will also vet you if you are for the country, and I trust that you will do a job to serve the country. MPP or NTC, I will keep you.
I think,
in this case, this judge, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that the politics in Ghana has become too polarized, and we need a reset. It's become too polarized. I say, the system.
I don't always understand this. Explain this polarized. Explain. I don't understand that word.
I become too political. Political and sensitive and everything involving. Everything is politicized. You get it?
They don't think. The problem with Ghana, I don't know about the rest of the African countries, even in London, I keep saying that we need to do this, we need to do that. We need to think about Ghana first. But they only think about their nuclear family. Like Akufo-Addo and all of other people that came into power. I'm not even going to say that this guy, whether people like it or not, I don't think they were for Ghana, these past leaders. But I'm not going to say all MPPs are bad and all NTCs are good. No, there are good and bad in everything. But the problem with Ghanaians, from what I've seen, even in UK, if everything is going well for them and their families, that's what they care about. Just like this past leader, his family got everything. His children got everything. His friends got everything. Oh, never mind about the rest of Ghana. Never mind about that.
Yes.
So that's how it is.
Yeah. Let me go. Doc, you wanted to say something?
Oh, I think I'm okay. But in conclusion, I think
Doc, let me go around the screen, and of course us here. Everybody has 1 minute, then we run up. And so Godfrey.
Okay, then I'm gonna go now.
Yeah, okay. Have your one round. Round it up. 1 minute. What have you got to say?
I'm gonna go.
Okay then. So
I'm
nice.
Thanks.
Thanks.
To say.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
All right. It's a pleasure, and we are grateful you joined in. Thank you. Thank
you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. So that's First Lady Genevieve there, linking up with us. She's in Ghana now, and she'll be flying in next week to join us in London. So, Godfrey, Doctor, and Eugene, I'll pass Genevieve's number to you. Make sure you get the last foreign exchange before she brings it back to London. Okay.
You
All right.
should have
So,
done it earlier on, crowd.
Asibe was
But
there.
you
Never was
didn't even pass the next place number to me. In fact,
well,
Nana
Asibe
came here and spent almost 3 months or so.
foreign
I didn't even see him,
back.
but I will call him later on.
All right. So 1 minute. Let's go, Godfrey. Or Eugene.
Okay,
Are you
Nana.
there? Yeah, Godfrey,
Okay,
go.
Uncle.
I will use my 1 minute to just give you what is trending in Ghana. In fact, we have discussed about the Chief Justice and other things, and we know Pope Francis is being laid to rest today.
Oh, yes,
So I
that's
know you are. Yes, I know. In fact, our own Father Texan was, having his own ways and doing a whole mass in Italy. And in fact, speaking the Italiano, I was very, very happy. In fact, it's our own, so I was very, very happy when I was watching. And
okay.
the MPP has started the thank you tour service, and today
But
the vice president,
why do the politicians, both NDC and PP, do thank you messages? It doesn't make sense. That thing needs to be banned.
yeah, you see how our politics. So when you visit our website, in fact, I've already posted the story over there. You can read from there. And there is another tragedy story that I'm just even looking at it right now. Adanse Dompase, there was an accident which has took 6 people's life, and several people has been injured seriously. And in fact, the Ghana Fire Service has issued a statement on it. So, Nana, in fact, President was also declared July 1st as National Prayer and Thanksgiving Day. And
that
in
was
fact,
a good one.
he said,
That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah.
So we are just going to, in fact, observe that other thing.
Right.
And before I'll go, I want to tell our appointees, our leaders, that they should always think about the country first. The country first, not our personal interest, not on political based on other stuff.
Yes.
The country first. The country should be supreme than any individual.
All right.
So that we can get
your 1 minute is up. Thank you so much.
we can get better Ghana.
Okay,
Ghana,
boss.
thank you.
All right. Eugene, there, your friend cry. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. All right, Doc.
Yes, Osagyefo, I'm
okay,
here.
Eugene, go on. 1 minute.
So what I would say is we have to make a conscious effort as Ghanaians, not only the leaders alone, to always put the agenda of the country first, not our individual achievements or our individual greed, as I would say. So the motive
The network is bad.
Yeah, your network is so bad, Eugene. Eugene, position yourself well. Let's go to doctor.
Shouldn't just be we always,
Your final 1 minute. Doc, final 1 minute.
Okay. Good evening to you again and the panelists. Okay, my wrap up. I'll begin with Ibrahim Traore. Ibrahim Traore is standing for the interest of Africa, resisting oppression and imperialism. That have been exploiting our resources, everything, planning the downfall of Africa. And I think it's time that Africa must support him. I heard that U.S. general is in Burkina Faso and has trained our men, and they are planning how to invade Burkina Faso through Cote d'Ivoire. In the same Cote d'Ivoire government, under was used to overthrow Kwame Nkrumah, and the bombs that was threw at Kwame Nkrumah at Lungu, the stadium, and the Federal Mosque, those bombs, they came from Cote d'Ivoire with the assistance of Akufo-Addo's father, Akufo-Addo's uncle. They threw those bombs from Cote d'Ivoire, and today they are using that same Cote d'Ivoire as a decoy to overthrow Ibrahim Traoré. We saw what happened to Gaddafi. We heard what happened to Patrice Lumumba, what happened to Nkrumah, and history must not repeat. When it comes to the Chief Justice, she was very corrupt, working in the interest of MPP and Akufo-Addo. So the present decision is right, and she must be sacked, not even suspended. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Eugene.
Osagyefo.
Yeah, you can hear us now, right?
Yes, I can. I'll reposition myself. So what I would say is, as Ghanaians, we should be able to, whether in high position or the lane man, we should be able to always put the agenda or the motives of the country first. We should look beyond our personal interests, because there is a generation to come. And if that generation that is coming, if they are going to have a brighter future, it depends on the decisions we are taking now.
I thought when you said we should look beyond, you were going to say we should look beyond 8.
No, not beyond 8. That one is a scam. So I pray that we as Pan-Africanists would be able to spread our ideas of consciousness to the ordinary man, so that they will understand that it is Africa first, it is Ghana first, before our self-interest. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Nana.
I'll repeat what the Pope said before he went to his grave. Yeah, his grave. He said the world leaders should build bridges, not walls. Bridges, not walls. I'm not talking about wall, but walls. Building a wall.
Yeah.
Yes. When you build a wall, it means you are building around yourself.
Yeah.
Selfish. But when you build bridges, a lot of people can enter and then go out. This advice I'm giving to our current president, that you start building bridges, not hatred, nothing but bridges that can unite the whole Ghanaians, because Ghanaians have voted for him, and he has to put all people together so that we come once. Not walls that people in my party only should gain, but all people, because a lot of things are happening. I don't agree with that, because Ghanaians voted for him.
All right. We thank our fervent listeners and audiences worldwide. We're so grateful for joining us. And I'd like to remind all of you that beautiful, I think, sorry, I'm trying to get another word. I apologize. So basically, we have a beautiful flat in Accra, and they are going for very, very reasonable. You can, go in there and have a weekend, relax, or you have a visitor coming over. It's an apartment, flats, beautiful ones. They're also selling some flats and apartments around the same building. And so get in touch with Lady Dorcas, and then one Adaye, and you can actually reach them. Yes, I think you can reach them on their telephone number 00245-977-376. Yes, you can reach out Adia and Morris. Okay, so if you're looking to go and spend a good time in Ghana, these are places that you can go to. Also, there is a legacy film, a Ghanaian doctor out of poverty, managed to go to Fansepim, ended up in Germany, became a medical doctor, now in the UK, coming out with a screening of Legacy Africa. Beautiful film. It's been screened in Ghana and will be screened in London. So we'll give you the update. That'll be the last week in July and first week in August. All right. So once again, Evelyn Hart's album that was launched was fantastic. It went well, and she, on behalf of her, we want to thank all of you that attended, and may God bless you all. All right, so look out for our next episode and segments from us, Voice of London Television. Always the best.
It's mine. All that concerns me only shines 'cause you whisper.